Whispered by ancient sages and woven into the very fabric of reality are 7 profound laws, studied by Hermes Trismegistus and compiled in an ancestral text known as the Kybalion. Hermes, often revered as a wise sage, bridges the gap between divine and mortal knowledge. He is believed to have originated from ancient Egypt, blending Greek and Egyptian wisdom to lay the foundations of Hermeticism. According to Hermetic belief, Hermes Trismegistus received divine revelations, which he inscribed into texts. The Kybalion contains these 7 laws, revealing the profound mysteries of existence and the cosmos. One of the most powerful of these laws is so groundbreaking that even advanced spiritualists refrain from dwelling on it for too long. However, mastering these 7 laws allows one to perceive the universe as it truly is, a secret known only to a select few advanced individuals. Are you ready to become part of this enlightened circle? Then it's time to dive into the depths of the Kybalion. The first of these laws redefines the universe as we see it, proposing it as a manifestation of the mind, the principle of mentalism. The all is mind, the universe is mental was the original maxim uttered by Hermes Trismegistus himself. This principle means that for anything to exist, a thought must precede it. Just as a painter wields a brush to create a masterpiece, the universal mind shapes and molds reality according to its will. Understanding this principle helps us realize that our thoughts are the building blocks of our reality, and by mastering our minds, we can wield the power of creation itself. Delving deeper into the mysteries of the mind, we come to understand that our thoughts are not mere fleeting whims, but the building blocks of our reality. Every thought we think, and every emotion we feel, sends ripples through the fabric of existence, shaping the world around us in ways both seen and unseen. Consider the initial thought that led you to read these words. Whether it was curiosity about the universe's mysteries or a longing for spiritual enlightenment, that single thought, born in the depths of your consciousness, set into motion a series of events that ultimately brought you to this moment. Reflect for a moment on the thought most influencing your mood right now. Perhaps it's a lingering worry, a burst of inspiration, or a sense of peace and contentment. Whatever it may be, that thought has the power to shape your perception of reality and influence how you experience the world around you. But what if we could harness the power of our thoughts to steer the course of our lives with intention and purpose? What if we could train our minds to become masters of our destiny, guiding us toward a future filled with abundance, fulfillment, and joy? This is where spiritual practices such as meditation come into play. Through meditation, we learn to quiet the restless chatter of the mind and attune ourselves to the stillness that lies at the heart of our being. In the silence between thoughts, we discover a profound sense of peace and clarity, allowing us to see beyond the illusions of the ego and connect with the infinite wisdom of the universe. The principle of mentalism invites us to explore the depths of our consciousness and unlock the hidden potential within. It challenges us to question the nature of reality and recognize the power that lies dormant within each of us. Even more intricate than the principle of mentalism is the second Hermetic law, the principle of correspondence. Have you ever heard the phrase, "as above, so below"? This maxim encapsulates the principle of correspondence perfectly. Consider the ancient symbol of the yin and yang, representing the eternal interplay of opposites, light and darkness, masculine and feminine, creation and destruction. Within this symbol lies the wisdom of correspondence, illustrating that every aspect of the universe is mirrored in every other aspect, creating a seamless web of interconnectedness that spans the breadth of existence. Let's delve into the wisdom of a 17th century philosopher, René Descartes, a French thinker known for exploring the relationship between the mind and the body. Descartes pondered the nature of reality and proposed the idea of dualism, suggesting that the mind and body are separate entities that interact with each other. His philosophical musings offer insight into the principle of correspondence, highlighting the interconnectedness between the physical and metaphysical realms. But the principle of correspondence extends beyond the physical world, reaching into the depths of our consciousness. Just as the stars above mirror the patterns of the cosmos, so too do our thoughts and emotions reflect the greater truths of the universe. Living in alignment with the principle of correspondence means being mindful of the energy we emit into the world and how it is reflected back to us. It involves taking responsibility for our thoughts, emotions, and actions, recognizing that we are co-creators of our reality. Reflect for a moment on the cycles of your own life, the ebb and flow of joy and sorrow, the rhythms of birth and death, the constant flux of change. Within these cycles lies the truth of correspondence, reminding us that we are not separate from the universe, but integral parts of its vast and interconnected whole. When we live in harmony with the universe, we experience a sense of peace and contentment that transcends external circumstances. We understand that everything is connected and that we are part of something greater than ourselves. In this way, the principle of correspondence becomes a guiding light on our journey of self-discovery and spiritual growth. It reminds us that we are not passive bystanders in the unfolding drama of life, but active participants with the power to shape our destiny. Having explored the first two principles, we now turn to the third, the principle of vibration, which could explain the origins of the universe, such as the Big Bang, the birth of all energy as we know it. The principle of vibration states that nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. This principle, understood by the ancient Egyptians, explains that everything, from matter and energy to mind and spirit, differs primarily in its rate of vibration. Spirit vibrates incredibly fast, almost still, like a spinning wheel that appears motionless. On the other hand, some forms of matter vibrate so slowly they seem still. Between these extremes, there are countless levels of vibration. Consider the concept of resonance. When two objects vibrate at the same frequency, they amplify each other's vibrations, creating a powerful energetic resonance. Similarly, when we align our thoughts and emotions with our highest intentions, we resonate with the frequencies of abundance, joy, and love, attracting experiences that reflect our inner harmony. The principle of vibration helps us understand the workings of energy in our universe. Energy in its various forms constantly vibrates at different rates. For instance, light travels in waves, with different colors corresponding to different frequencies of vibration. Similarly, sound is a form of energy that travels in waves, with pitch determined by the frequency of vibration. But the principle of vibration extends beyond the physical realm, reaching into the depths of our consciousness. Just as the universe vibrates with energy, so too do our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. Every thought we think and every emotion we feel sends out energetic vibrations that resonate with the world around us. This idea echoes the thoughts of philosopher Baruch Spinoza, who explored the nature of existence and the interconnectedness of the universe. Spinoza posited that everything in the universe is made of the same substance, which he called God or nature, suggesting a profound unity among all things. According to Spinoza, this substance has an infinite number of attributes, of which humans can perceive only thought and extension. In a similar vein, the principle of vibration implies that all aspects of reality are just different expressions of the same underlying energy vibrating at various frequencies. Spinoza's philosophy supports the notion that by understanding the fundamental vibrations of nature, we can align ourselves more closely with the universe. He believed in the power of rational understanding to improve human life, suggesting that knowledge of our true nature and alignment with the universe can lead to supreme satisfaction and happiness. This aligns with the concept of resonance in the principle of vibration, where understanding and aligning our vibrations with those of the universe can lead to a harmonious and fulfilling existence. But of all the laws we've seen today, the most complex one is by far the fourth one. It's a law that dictates why nuances exist in everything in the universe, which can be confusing if your mind isn't sharpened. Even more complex than the principle of mentalism is the principle of polarity. This law states that everything is dual. Everything has poles and its pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same, differing only in degree. Extremes meet, and all truths are but half-truths. All paradoxes may be reconciled. From the Taoist concept of yin and yang to the Hindu notion of Shiva and Shakti, echoes of this fundamental truth resound across cultures and epochs. Light and darkness, day and night. These are but a few manifestations of the eternal dance of polarity, the interplay of opposites that imbues life with depth, contrast, and meaning. Consider the ancient Greek philosopher Heraclitus, who famously declared, The path up and down are the same. In this simple yet profound statement, Heraclitus captured the essence of polarity, the idea that opposites are not separate but rather interconnected and inseparable. In the Christian tradition, we encounter the concept of redemption through suffering, the idea that hardship and adversity can lead to spiritual growth and enlightenment. Just as the crucible transforms raw ore into pure gold, so too can our trials and tribulations purify the soul and elevate us to higher states of consciousness. Throughout history, sages, mystics, and philosophers have pondered the mysteries of polarity, seeking to unravel its secrets and glean wisdom from its timeless teachings. Yet, for all our intellectual pursuits, the true nature of polarity eludes easy explanation, for it is not something that can be grasped with the mind alone. As the Chinese philosopher Laozi said, "The Tao that can be spoken is not the eternal Tao." Likewise, the principle of polarity transcends words and concepts, existing beyond the realm of language and thought. It is a truth that must be felt in the depths of our being, experienced firsthand through the crucible of lived experience. In the face of adversity, it is easy to succumb to the seductive allure of lower vibrational emotions, anger, fear, jealousy. Yet embracing the principle of polarity calls us to rise above these impulses, to recognize them for what they truly are, fleeting manifestations of our egoic mind. Instead of allowing ourselves to be consumed by negativity, can we learn to observe our emotions with detachment, acknowledging their presence without being swept away by their force? Can we cultivate the inner strength to transform our suffering into wisdom, our pain into compassion? Only then will we reach greater heights. Closely related to the principle of polarity is the principle of rhythm. This law states that everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swing manifests in everything, with the measure of the swing to the right being the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. Consider the natural world around us. In the cycle of the seasons, we witness the earth awakening from the slumber of winter, bursting forth with new life in the spring, reaching peak abundance in the summer, and finally surrendering to the quietude of autumn before the cycle begins anew. Each season carries its unique rhythm and energy, guiding the growth and evolution of all living beings. Similarly, our lives are punctuated by cycles of growth and transformation, periods of expansion and contraction, joy and sorrow. In the depths of winter, we may find ourselves drawn inward, reflecting on the lessons of the past and preparing for the rebirth that awaits us in the spring. In the fullness of summer, we revel in the warmth of the sun, basking in the abundance of life's blessings. In the waning days of autumn, we surrender to the inevitability of change, trusting in the wisdom of the universe to guide us through the dark night of the soul. Instead of resisting the ebb and flow of existence, we learn to embrace it, trusting in the inherent intelligence of the universe to guide us on our journey. Just as a sailor learns to navigate the winds and currents of the sea, so too can we learn to navigate the currents of our own lives, adjusting our sails to catch the gentle breezes of opportunity and weathering the storms with courage and resilience. Remembering that nothing is eternal and that all things are in a perpetual state of flux and transformation empowers us to navigate life's fluctuations with greater ease. Having explored the first 5 principles, we now turn to the 6th, the principle of cause and effect. This law states that nothing occurs in isolation. Every event, whether seemingly insignificant or monumental, is intricately linked to a chain of preceding causes and subsequent effects. This interconnectedness extends beyond the confines of time and space, forming a continuous and unbroken stream of causation. While this concept can be easily grasped with little thought, it becomes more complicated when we realize a non-explicit truth. We are unable to control or predict most of the outcomes of our actions. While we might think we can control an outcome, chances are that we can only influence it at best. According to Eastern belief, the concept of Wu Wei, or non-action, aligns closely with the principle of cause and effect. Rather than striving to control or manipulate external circumstances, Wu Wei encourages individuals to flow with the natural rhythms of life, allowing events to unfold organically without unnecessary interference. This approach embodies the understanding that every action has its consequences, and that by aligning oneself with the Tao, or the Way, one can navigate the complexities of existence with greater ease and grace. What we can control are our thoughts and how they influence the rest of our lives. As we delve deeper into the principle of cause and effect, it prompts us to reflect on our role in the grand scheme of existence. Are we mere passive recipients of external forces, swept along by the currents of circumstance? Or do we possess the agency and power to shape our own destinies, influencing the course of events through our thoughts, words, and actions? The final Hermetic law needs considerable preparation to be understood because it encompasses every facet of life. Known as the principle of gender, it dictates that gender exists in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes of existence. This principle is not limited to the physical plane, but operates across all dimensions, from the mental to the spiritual. In the physical realm, gender manifests as biological differences and the attraction between sexes. On the mental plane, it manifests as the interplay of assertive and receptive qualities. In the spiritual dimension, it represents the dynamic between the active and passive forces that give rise to creation. The principle of gender is essential for creation and generation. Without the balance and interaction of these forces, existence as we know it would not be possible. Understanding the principle of gender helps us to appreciate the balance and harmony inherent in the universe. It invites us to recognize and honor both the masculine and feminine aspects within ourselves, cultivating a holistic and integrated approach to life. By balancing these energies, we can achieve a state of inner harmony and align ourselves with the creative forces of the universe. As we journey through the Hermetic principles, we unlock deeper layers of wisdom and understanding, empowering us to navigate the complexities of existence with grace and clarity. Each principle builds upon the others, creating a comprehensive framework for personal and spiritual growth. Through this exploration, we come to realize our potential as co-creators of our reality, capable of shaping our destiny and contributing to the collective evolution of consciousness. It's the elusive, enigmatic finale of the 7 laws that govern the universe. The principle of gender. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all PLS. That's what Hermes Trismegistus stated in his final law, easy to understand for animals and humans. But how can you apply masculine or feminine principles to something as inanimate as a star, a cloud, or a sea breeze? But here's the twist. The principle of gender extends far beyond the realm of biological sex or societal gender roles. It encompasses the interplay of opposites, light and dark, yin and yang, expansion and contraction that underpin the duality of existence. It is the cosmic dance of creation and destruction, the rhythm of birth and death, the eternal cycle of renewal and transformation. So why is it so darn challenging to wrap our minds around this cosmic conundrum? Well, dear reader, it's because the principle of gender transcends the limitations of our linear thinking and egoic understanding. It defies our attempts to neatly categorize and compartmentalize the ineffable mysteries of the universe. But here's the kicker. It's not about one energy dominating the other. True mastery lies in achieving a harmonious balance between the two, a delicate equilibrium that allows for the free flow of creative energy and the expression of our highest potential. When one attains this balance, one becomes a veritable alchemist of the soul, harnessing the power of both polarities to manifest their deepest desires and aspirations. But perhaps it is in the mystic teachings of the Sufis that we find the most profound insights into the principle of gender. In the mystical poetry of Rumi and Hafiz, we glimpse the transcendent beauty of the divine union, the merging of the lover and the beloved, the seeker and the sought. In the eternal dance of ecstatic ecstasy, acceptance is the first step on the path to self-mastery, the recognition and acknowledgement of all parts of ourselves, both light and shadow. In the words of the Buddha, it is the middle way, the balance of masculine and feminine, of earthly and celestial, of mind, body and spirit that leads to true enlightenment. But fear not, dear seeker, for the journey to mastery is not one of haste, but of patience and perseverance. These principles run deep, woven into the very fabric of our existence, and it may take a lifetime, or even lifetimes, to fully understand and embody their profound truths. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.